welcome back. I hope you're all well. No, you didn't read anything wrong. Yes, today we're going to be talking about 10 things that I've learned in my 20s. Kids, this is what happens when you're up late, you can't sleep, and you come up with video ideas. So basically, how this whole idea came to be is that I wanted to do a video on 10 things I learned about fashion in my 20s. And then I was like, hold up, wait a minute. There are so many more valuable and important things that I have learned in my 20s that I feel like I should share first, because there's so much more to life than bags, shoes, and clothes. And trust me, I've learned a lot. Obviously, I don't have it all figured out. I still have so much more to learn. And if you guys have any good advice, leave it in the comments down below. I would love to read some of the things that you've learned in your 20s. I'm still in my 20s, just to clarify for those of you who don't know, but I'm getting towards the end, so I feel like it's appropriate to be making this video. I feel like there are a couple things that I want to let you guys know. I feel like I went through a lot in my early 20s, and I'm sure there are people that went through so much more than me, but like I got married at a really young age. I was 19 when I got married, and just to let you guys know, don't take the title seriously. I'm sure there are so many people that got married at like a really young age and have a great and happy marriage. Didn't work out for me, but I'm sure there's millions of people where it worked out, and so yeah, don't take that title seriously. It was really just kind of for a little bit of fun. But anyways, I got married when I was 19. Obviously also got divorced, and I moved to the United States. For those of you who don't know, I am German, born and raised in Germany. German is my first language, English is not. But yeah, I moved to the United States when I was 21. I've been here ever since. And yeah, I just kind of feel like that was a lot. Like, that was a lot. But anyways, there's just a lot of things that I feel like I've learned that I wish I would have known sooner. So let's start off with number one, which is, don't worry about if people like you or not. And I feel like this is the most important thing, because I used to worry about that so much. Like, what would people think about me? And how come this person doesn't like me? And why don't they like me? And I kind of just let that like rule my entire life. And it's so silly, because people will literally like you, I mean dislike you, not like you, literally dislike you for the silliest reasons ever. And a lot of the times it has something to do with how they feel about themselves and nothing with you at all. So once I kind of got the hang of it, and that took me like a long time to not care about if people like me or not and what they thought about me, I feel like my life got so much better, and I was like carefree. I'm like, oh, whatever, you don't like me, fine. Like, whatever. So just don't worry about that. You don't live to please other people. Okay, I had to throw one fashion thing in here, and I'm still gonna do the 10 things I learned about fashion. If you want me to do it, leave me a comment down below and let me know. But less is more when it comes to fashion, guys. If I look at some of my pictures from like way back in the day, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cringy. Like, way too much color, way too much accessories, like the shoes are doing too much. Sometimes less and simplicity is just so much better. Moving on to number 3, which is don't waste money on silly things. And I still struggle with this, guys. There are so many times where I'm like, Angelique, you really didn't need this, and like, why are you buying stuff that makes no sense? But I did that even more when I was a little younger, like just buying stuff that was so wasteful, like really trendy pieces, or just like, I don't know, eating out all the time. I mean, I think it's really important to try and save your money. I know it's hard. It can be really hard. Like, you want to buy things, but you know, just making sure that you don't waste your money on stuff that you don't like get nothing out of. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like a total waste. And like I said, I know it's hard, but that's something that, you know, I'm still working on, but it is something that took me a while to learn and figure out. Let's talk about number 4. If you're not happy, move on. Anything in life, if it does not make you happy, if it does not give you joy, and if it does not fulfill you, did I say that right? I hope I pronounced that right. Move on. Move on. Because it's not worth your energy. It's not worth you like worrying about it or not being happy over it or trying to fix a situation that, you know, you're not able to fix. And I'm not just talking about relationships, but just anything in general. If it doesn't give you joy, move on. Number 5, another one that is so important, and I just talked to my friend about this the other day. I just wish that I would have like worried about that sooner. And I know like in today's age, so many people jump on board with this sooner, but that is just to take care of yourself through nutrition and exercise. And I know that sounds so stupid. People say it all the time. And I remember like hearing people say that and I'm like, nah, whatever. I don't need to exercise. I don't need to eat healthy. Let me tell you, I feel so much better when I eat healthy and when I exercise and when I take care of my body. When I watch what I consume and when I watch what I expose myself to. You know, I don't know, when I was 18, 19, I used to go to the tanning bed all the time. Now I have friends that still do this and I like cringe every time. That is so bad for you. Or like eating McDonald's all the time. Oh my God, it is so bad for you. Obviously, I'm not saying you can never eat McDonald's or anything like that, but just like pay attention to what you put in your body and I don't know, like take care of it. It's like your body. It's like you only have one of them. You have to take care of it. It is so, so important. There's no point in like being miserable or feeling unhealthy when you shouldn't have to. And like I said, like for me, I feel so much better, even mentally, if I just eat a better diet and if I try to exercise. Trust me, I hate exercising, but I still try just so I can feel better. But yeah, really important, and I never used to do that years ago. Moving on to number 6, which is don't cry about a boy. Like, don't, it's not worth it. Okay, but seriously, I know breakups are really hard and sometimes we are like really heartbroken, like depending on the situation, but TikTok really made me want to talk about this. Like there's so many girls on there like 20, 21 and they're like crying and oh my God, like he cheated on me, we're breaking up, like yada yada. Listen, I know it's hard, but this is what you have to remember, okay? And I never used to figure this out. Like I didn't know this, but like, or didn't want to believe it, I guess. Like if something doesn't work out, it is for a reason. There's probably something better ahead. So cry, eat some ice cream, and get over it because better things are ahead. All right, 7 is to do the things that you're afraid of. Oh my God, you guys. You wouldn't know how many things I like put off for such a long time. Let's take YouTube for an example. I recorded my first ever YouTube video when I was 18 years old in my apartment in Germany. And obviously it never made it onto YouTube. I was so insecure. I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew is that I loved watching YouTube videos, and that was when like there weren't even that many people on YouTube, but like the few that were on there, I loved them. I loved watching them. Like I think Jaclyn Hill was one of them, and Nicole, I don't know, I can't pronounce her last name. I don't know, we can't pronounce it. But anyways, like I loved YouTube and I knew that I always wanted to do it, but I was terrified, like I was afraid, and so I kept putting it off and I kept putting it off and I kept putting it off until one day I was finally like, okay, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna put myself out there, and I'm so glad that I did, and now I just wish I would have done it sooner. Like same with riding my horse. Like I am not really good at showing my horse at all. I'm not afraid to admit it. Like I absolutely suck because my nerves get in my way. I get so freaking terrified every time I have to go out there. But I still go out there every time and I try to do it. You know, some weekends I go and I might only show him once instead of twice, but I still try to do it and put myself out there even though I'm afraid, because it makes me feel so much better to overcome that fear and like get good at something that I'm really passionate about, if that makes sense. So yeah, to make a long story short, just do it. You'll be so proud of yourself. Number 8 is to embrace failure. I know that sounds silly. You're probably like, Angelique, what is up with you? But it's another thing that's like, you have to fail at things in order to become better. And you know, a lot of the times we want to do something, or I don't know, we want to achieve something and we try and we fail and we stop. You can't do that. You have to keep trying until you get better and put yourself out there time and time again. Like embrace failure. You know, some of the most successful people in this world have failed before they succeeded. So I know it sounds like a crazy speech, but it is the truth. And I don't know, like this has like happened to me so many times where I like failed at something and then I never wanted to do it again, but then I just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And then I finally got better and then I saw results and I was like, oh my God, like this actually works. So moving on to number 9, this is another really, really important one, and that is to be kind to yourself. it's so important. Like, you have to be kind to yourself. You cannot be a nice person. You can't be nice to other people. You can't be, I don't know, just a good person in general if you're having a hard time being kind to yourself. Like, you get up, okay? Get up tomorrow morning or do it after this video. Look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're beautiful. Tell yourself that you're amazing and you got this. Like, be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself positively. I don't really know how to put this, but like, our brain believes what we tell it. So true, 100%. If I keep telling my brain that I'm not good, that I'm not smart, and that I can't do something, it's gonna believe it, and then that's what I'll achieve. So be kind to yourself. Okay, and last but not least is that hard work does eventually pay off, and I know it probably doesn't feel that way. There are still things in my life where I'm like, really? This is supposed to pay off eventually? Like, all this hard work I'm putting in, and like, you know, I'm not getting to my goal. But, you know, some things just take time. Rome wasn't built in a day, and, you know, hard work does actually pay off if you just keep at it. For some people, it happens sooner than for others, but, you know, just stick with it, and eventually you'll get to where you want to get. I feel so weird doing this video because I feel like I'm so serious, like, talking about all these life lessons, and like I said, I don't have it all together, but anyways, I just hope that this video helped some of you out. You found this entertaining. I don't know. Yeah, give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave me some comments. Like I said, let me know what some things are that you learned in your 20s or even now. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.